this past weekend was the September 21st eclipse. I was led beforehand to go on a road trip. I've been wanting to take my girls to the beach. We want to go to water as often as possible. So we already know that the weirdos are going to be doing ritualistic type things, if you get my drift. The amount that I would feel these attacks, will say, would have been intensified greatly. I left. I drove to the next state. Okay. So we're talking 5-6 hours, and I did not stay in one place for more than a few hours for the most part. The longest we stayed in one location was probably 6-7 hours. So I went through different parts of that state and then different parts of the state that I live in, because I live in the middle. So parts that we hadn't been to, basically. So I've never been to most of the places that I went also. When I tell you that every time I was driving on the interstate, I was seeing vehicles that I recognized, plates that I recognized, and the way that I was able to verify that these are, in fact, the vehicles that I thought they were is because they would do the same shit. They get in your blind spot. They're behind you. They turn their brights on. They do weird shit, okay? If you know, you know, like I said. It got to the point where my children are also noticing things that are off. Like, they have gifts. And my little one, her intuition is like mine. Like, when I see something and I'll look at something, I'll see her do a double take, do it the same thing. And I'm like, yep, that's what I thought. And it's getting stronger now that I'm teaching her what it is and not to ignore and overlook it. And there was quite a few scenarios where my kids were seeing what I was seeing, and I was having verified to me that I am not overthinking, I'm not paranoid. For example, I had a car behind me with their brights on, like, just unnecessary because there's nobody else on the road at this point. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. And at one point, these cars passed me, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4 hatchbacks, particularly Kias and Hondas. Just putting that out there. Okay. And I'm like, well, that's interesting. They must all be together. And I'm like, let me find out that they're following me too. Or they switched their cars because I was getting on to the old ones or something like that. Like, mostly joking. Okay. And I said, ooh, throat chakra. So I said, well, we'll know if we see those vehicles again, like all together, that I was right. So the next day, we go to this beach. So me and my youngest daughter are playing in the water. I'm kind of anxious. I'm kind of like not wanting to be there, kind of like wanting to get out of there, which is not me at all most of the time, and definitely not at the beach, you know what I'm saying? But my little one is having like a ball. She is laughing, screaming, jumping the waves, having like a grand old time. So I'm trying to like let her stay as long as possible. But I'm looking at everything. Like, I'm just watching. I just tell something's off. I keep seeing people walk past where my stuff is. So I'm keeping an eye on it. And there's a truck like that, and it says patrol on it. And the first thing I thought was probably one of those vehicles that keeps switching the their decals and logos, because that's been happening a lot. So anyways, and I look again, and that truck is parked next to my stuff. And I'm like, what the fuck? Oh my God, throat chakra. So logic tells me that that's probably just a beach patrol and my stuff's probably fine. So anyway, so I'm still playing with my daughter, and it's just getting like worse and worse, like my feeling that I don't want to be there. So finally I'm like, we need to go, like, and I need to go get my clothes. But she wanted to shower right then, because she's all sandy. So I said, okay, why don't we just rinse you off real quick, and then I'll bring you to the car. You can sit in there with your sister, and I'll get my stuff, and I'll come back and shower. Now, mind you, there's people sitting on the bench over there. There's people, using the showers and all that. Somebody heard me, clearly, is where I'm going with that. So I rinse off my daughter, and then I take the stuff to the car. I get my clothes. I tell my girls I'll be right back. I want to shower really bad. So I go to go into the bathroom, and there's nobody around now. At this point, there's nobody outside. I don't see anybody. Okay. So I go to open the bathroom door, and I get this thought, 222 on my clock. I get a thought about somebody being in there, like hiding in there, like basically meaning harm. And I'm like, okay, let's just stop overthinking. Let's just calm down. Okay. You're being crazy. So I go in and I start getting my stuff ready to take a shower. And I have that thought again. And I hear you need to leave. And I'm like, really? I'm annoyed. Like, I really want to take a shower. And I almost ignored it. I almost talked myself into thinking that I was just overthinking. I was paranoid. I didn't leave right that second. I was like, no, it's fine. So I continue doing what I'm doing. And I hear again, you need to leave now. And like, again, I'm annoyed. I'm like, oh my God, fine. Like, literally, this is how I talk to the Holy Spirit sometimes. I'm like, oh my God, fine. This is ridiculous. I grab my stuff and I leave, and then I walk into the car, and I'm still annoyed. I'm like, this is stupid, whatever, but I'm not going to ignore it. So I'm walking out to my car, and there's a lot of cars in the parking lot for nobody being there, particularly 4 hatchbacks. Kias and Hondas. There's also a few trucks that I recognize. Now, I think 3 of them had Georgia plates, which is where I live right now. We weren't in Georgia. Okay. Now, these could all be coincidences, right? They could be. They're not. But the hatchback thing is like, all right, okay, all right, this is getting a little weird. So now to finish this off, I get in my car, and I realized that my pepper spray is not on my purse. Now, I've had a pepper spray on my keychain, like the key ring, the zipper of my purse for about 9 months. It's never fallen off. I use it every day, zip and unzip. It's never fallen off, ever. It's missing, and I can't find my knife. You want to tell me that somebody was not in that bathroom meaning me harm? Your intuition will literally save your life, okay? You are protected, but it can't protect you all that well if you don't listen to your intuition. And you are not crazy. These people are doing that much.